This is breaking news from the Las Vegas Review-Journal, sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Renee Semmerauer with the Las Vegas Review-Journal. We are following this morning's breaking news in a move that's sure to shake up the gaming industry. Las Vegas Sands Corporation has sold its Las Vegas properties for $6.25 billion. Affiliates of Apollo Global Management and Vici Properties are buying the real estate and related assets of the famous Venetian resort on the Las Vegas Strip, along with Palazzo and the Sands Expo and Convention Center. Review-Journal reporter Rick Vallata joins us now live via Skype. And Bailey of Scholes, of course. We'll get to her in just a moment. But first, Rick, we'll start with you. Our first question, of course, is why is Las Vegas Sands selling now?
Well, this is an opportunity that they've talked about since October in an effort to try to raise some funds that they can invest in their properties in Asia. Specifically, they've got 6 casinos that they run in Macau and an iconic hotel casino in Singapore. Right now, that looks like the best place to invest at the time. That's not saying that Las Vegas isn't a good place to invest, but in order to get this $6.25 billion, they needed to give something up. And what they did was give up the real estate beneath these properties that are on the Strip, and they will continue to be actively pursuing some of the details of this transaction here in the weeks and months ahead.
Yeah, they don't want to give us too much info at this time, but we're getting more and more as the day comes along. Now, this sale was announced very early this morning. How long do you think it'll take to close, and what steps do the parties need to take at this point?
It's kind of hard to say because these usually run out for several months, and there are a number of different regulators and organizations that need to weigh in on the transaction. For openers, there's the Federal Trade Commission on the federal level, to make sure that there are no monopolies involved here or any problem like that. It doesn't appear that that's going to be a problem in this deal. Then the Nevada gaming regulators will be weighing in, and possibly some government groups in Macau and Singapore will have to have a say in this as well before the deal can close. Could be probably by the end of the year. Maybe it goes into next year. Kind of hard to say at this point.
Yeah. So, Rick, we know that both of you are talking to industry insiders and experts about this. What are they saying about the deal? Are they excited, disappointed? What's the mood like?
Well, because of the fact that it was kind of expected as early as October, I don't think there was any big surprise. But for the most part, I think that the analysts that I've seen some of their reports on have indicated that this was a great deal for Las Vegas Sands. Joseph Greff, who's a New York-based J.P. Morgan gaming analyst, their company had estimated the value of the assets at $3.7 billion. So if you look at it from the 6.25 that is being paid by the two companies that are acquiring, this is going to add $2.5 billion to basically in profit, or $3.31 per share in incremental equity. So this is a pretty good deal, not only for Sands, but also for the investors that are behind it.
Rick, I have one more question to you. It's brought to you by one of our Facebook Live viewers. They were wondering how long this would have taken after Sheldon Adelson's passing away. Was this something that was being talked about before his death, or is this something new that we're just now hearing after his passing?
No, this was discussed as I think it was October when they first started talking a little bit about the possibility of selling the assets, and so this wasn't anything that resulted from or is in any way connected to Sheldon Adelson's death in January.
All right. Rick, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I know it's early for you all, but we appreciate you nonetheless. Bailey, on to you. Bailey, it's been nearly a year since Las Vegas casinos were first shut down due to the COVID-19 pandemic. What does today's deal say about the prospects of the gaming industry in general?
Yeah, so I should say that like Rick said, Sands' decision doesn't really come as a surprise. They've said for a while that their focus is really on that Asian gaming market. So it's a deal that made sense for them. It made them money, like Rick was saying. So them moving out of Las Vegas doesn't necessarily mean that the gaming industry here is doomed. We've seen some really positive signs of recovery, especially during these recent earnings calls with heads of other operators like Caesars talking about bookings really picking up steam these past couple months as vaccines continue to roll out and as case numbers drop. So we learned that Sands CEO Rob Goldstein himself said he's confident that Las Vegas will soon return to more normal operating environments. A partner at Apollo said the investment really underscores their conviction in a strong recovery for Las Vegas. And the president of Vici also believes that the property is positioned to benefit from a rebound in Las Vegas under Apollo's leadership.
Yeah, and just like Las Vegas, we've seen Reno with amazing growth, and it'll be interesting to see how Arizona, Atlantic City, places like that with similar industries will begin to recover like we are. Now, in addition to the Venetian, Palazzo, and the Convention Center, Sands is involved in building the MSG Sphere, which we're all really excited about the entertainment venue at the Venetian. Is this deal expected to affect that project in any way?
Short answer seems to be no. Goldstein said that Apollo and Vici were the right companies to lead the property into the future, and that additions such as the MSG Sphere would create new growth opportunities for the property.
Okay. Last question for you, Bailey. Vici Properties is affiliated with Caesars Entertainment, if you guys didn't know. Does that mean that the Venetian and Palazzo will become part of the Caesars family? What are your thoughts on that?
No, Vici spun off from Caesars. It is its own publicly traded company at this point. So while Vici does own a number of real estate assets related to Caesars, including Caesars Palace, they have a number of other tenants that aren't Caesars, Hard Rock International and Penn National Gaming. So this isn't their first time working with companies outside of Caesars.
All right, Review Journal reporters Bailey Scholes and Rick Velada, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And we should mention the Review Journal isn't going anywhere, but we are a family-owned business owned by the family of Sheldon Adelson and the late chairman of CEO Las Vegas Sands. As always, we will continue to follow this developing story and monitor this breaking news throughout the day. Be sure to go to our website if you have any more questions regarding this story, lvrj.com. We will also have an update on this story for you this evening at 7 p.m. And of course, you can also download our free RJ mobile app to get these news alerts sent straight to your phone. And also, you can find us on all of our digital platform partners, Roku TV, Fire TV, Alexa, and so many other of your favorite social media platforms. I'm Renee Summerhour. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Have a good day.
Sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa.